God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. Thank you.
What up, everybody? Welcome to episode 7. You may have noticed we changed the name.
Yep, that's right. It's now the Brooks and Banks show, baby.
That's right, baby. So we decided to change the name for a few reasons. We make music together. We have this podcast together.
That's right.
We do stuff separately, but when we combine our efforts, it's always fire.
And it's still the show where everything matters and
Nothing matters.
that's right, baby.
Episode 7.
Damn.
What does 7 stand for?
Oh, the numerology of 7 is beautiful. If you're a life path 7, what it basically represents is you know, that your life is going to be about inner discovery. Life path 7s, if they discover their life path, they will discover that the answers to the universe lie within themselves.
Nice.
So it's a very spiritual number. It's also the number of humanity. You have the 6-pointed star and the 7th point being like the heart. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I know in Kung Fu they're big on 7. A lot of 7-star stuff having to relate to the Big Dipper. That kind of 7-star sword, 7-star staff, that kind of stuff. A lot of praying mantis stuff has to do with 7 stars. They call it 7-star stance even.
And don't they have like, I think we looked it up one time that like it actually is 9. There's usually 9 of every form or something. They use numerology.
Oh
Really,
yeah, for sure.
Like 9 represents.
As we're
the
discovering
cycles.
more and more, a lot of ancient cultures super into numerology.
Everything's everything.
First of all, I just want to thank you guys all for joining us. As usual, make sure you like us. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure that you, if you can, share this with your friends. Share it on your social media platform. Just a quick story real quick on my my martial arts page at Kung Fu Brooks. I've been putting some work into it and posting, but I kind of took a step back from it. I was just focusing on some other areas of my life. And when I kind of let go of it, all of a sudden, a pretty famous karate page, I'm sure. I think that's the root of it. I was trying to find out. I couldn't even really find out, but it looked like a pretty famous karate page shared a random post of me just hitting a wooden makiwara board. And I've gotten over 5,000 extra profile ads on my Instagram just because of that. And followers. Yeah. So you never know. You never know what it does. And with that being said, if you guys have anything that you want us to share on our social media, send it to us. We'll show the love, baby. That's what it's all about.
Holla at your boys. And, you know, that's why I think it's so important, like, you know, and that's what this episode is going to be a little bit about. It's so important to just follow your bliss, you know?
That's been really occurring in our lives a lot lately. We haven't had a podcast out for a while. We've had a lot of stuff going on. And now that all that stuff has occurred and there's been a huge shift that's happened in our lives, and I think everyone's lives.
Everybody's, yeah.
And not even shift metaphorically and spiritually, but physically, astrologically, everything has had a huge.
No doubt.
So, with that being said, we wanted to catch you guys up on some new stuff that's going on in our lives.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know, since COVID, the Great Reset, you know, I don't think. You know, we don't want to dive too much into COVID conspiracies, but like whatever you believe, I don't think everybody thought that, you know, the byproduct of it all was going to be this like grand awakening.
Yeah, this super self-discovery.
Yeah, dude, it's like, it's just, you know, there's a reason for everything, and it's really, really miraculous.
Well, enough time's gone by now where people went through the phase of COVID of like, oh my God, I don't know. Then it went through the phase of, okay, I'm going to do what I'm told. Then it got through the phase of, how do I get through this?
Yeah.
Then everyone who got through it, got through it. And we've survived. We're here.
Yeah.
Survived in many ways, whether it's financially, whether it's physically, whether it's spiritually, mentally. We all got through it. So now we're in this phase of, now what do we do?
Oh, yeah, baby.
It's or how we're living now post-COVID. What's changed? How we look at things, our perspective on things, what we believe or don't believe, how we treat other people. For me, it was definitely a very good teacher for me on how I deal with people socially. And being sensitive to people, knowing that not everyone's the same.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways that people can feel about certain
no doubt.
things.
I definitely learned that.
So when I was like, oh, these people are cool or not cool with masks or whatever, my personal take on everything is when I tell everybody, whether it's any issue that's going on politically, anything, I'm always like, I fall into the category of so what? Like when people argue super on one end, I'm like,
Sure.
yeah, so what? Chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
People argue so much on the other end, I'm like, yeah, so what? Chill out a little bit. I kind of agree with everyone for the most part. Everyone needs to chill out a little bit
Yeah.
and get a little bit more of like, let me understand you a little bit more and respect you a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's it. Doesn't mean that I want people to infringe on my freedoms either or tell me what I can and can't believe in or have views on.
Sure.
But
And
COVID and post-COVID has really made me exercise that part of my life.
And what I find is interesting is just through my process of I did well financially through COVID, but it was kind of the beginning of the end for me for that cycle in my life, and like going through that whole process and looking. This is more from a consciousness and awareness point of view, but just that I've recognized that everything that's going on in the world is somehow a reflection of myself. Everything. And so, and the beginning of that was realizing that other people don't think the way that I think, and that's okay. And,
Right.
finding through that understanding of everything and really the ultimate thing we all can do if we want to fix everything politically and, financially, whatever it is that you want, like what we all need to do is practice self-love.
Yeah.
Right? Because then, and I want not to get all hippy dippy with you, but like, and when we practice self-love, dude, it's the only way that we can truly love other people. Because when you can't love yourself, it's hard to understand how anybody else could love themselves. And
Something
when you love yourself, you see yourself in everyone else.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's easier to love them.
Something that you've been telling me a lot lately is any issue that I've been going through, a relationship issue, a work issue, how my body's even feeling, stuff like that. My brother has always made me reflect on, what do you think this is like a internal thing that you're trying to tell yourself through this thing that's going on? What is the universe trying to tell you in this issue that you're going through?
I love that. Yeah.
Remember, you always tell me, remember, if you're upset by something that somebody does or something that's happening to you, it's probably because it's something about you that you don't like.
Yes.
And
It's a hard thing to
damn, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, it's a hard.
But it's a great exercise.
That inner work, and it's like what happens is that like the more it hurts, but it's just like anything else. The more you do it, the stronger you get. But like what happens is that the deeper you go, and the more of these things that you explore inward, like getting to the root of why these things make you feel in these negative low vibrations, the more you illuminate them, then they just start disappearing, and you don't have those feelings anymore.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but basically what you've been through has been the shaman's journey. Not even the hero's journey as much as lately. Like,
Well, it's the same thing.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing, but you have gone through a shamanistic, is that a word?
Yeah.
A shamanistic journey.
Yeah,
And
psychologically,
a lot of that
spiritually,
self-discovery.
yeah.
I mean, I remember you telling me all the time, like almost to the point where I was kind of like, okay, man, like enough. But every day it was like, oh, I think this is happening to me because I had to search deep down, and I think I'm reacting to it because of this, and I wasn't dealing with this issue that happened to me a long time ago, and damn, dude, you're right. And I've been doing the same thing also. It's been rubbing off on me, and it's as corny as it can be, and maybe even like psychological as it can be, like with psychiatrists being like, well, it's your inner child and that kind of stuff. I think we're discovering more and more that there's a lot to that.
So modern psychology is largely based off of,
Theory.
no, but also the theories and the works of Carl Jung.
Okay.
And Carl Jung, I mean, like anybody that studies psychology, they know who he is.
Yes.
And a lot of people that have gone through the spiritual awakening know who he is too, because it crosses the lines. And he was the first one to kind of, he coined the phrase synchronicity.
Really?
Yes. And
Wow.
he also was the one who kind of realized like, oh, this is like the shaman. This is like the hero's journey, the shamanistic journey that like some of us go through when we go through the spiritual awakening. And it's a cyclical thing. And then like you start realizing that it's like, it happens over and over again in life. And really you can see it on so many different levels. I mean, we'll talk more about it and get more into depth about it, but it's amazing when you can step back and have that third perspective of it all going on, you know?
Well, I kind of want to talk about what's been going on with both of our lives recently. Some of the things that I've been going through lately, I just got shared legal custody of my son, who's 3.5 years old, Chase.
Congratulations.
As well as a visiting schedule where I get overnights with him now.
Nice.
And weekends with him. So I've been really excited about that, and I've just been putting a lot of work into that, and that's been really fun. I went on I had 2 trips planned that I went on: a trip to Vegas with a birthday party friend from work, and as well as a trip to Palm Springs. And I got a little bit of vacation time in and a nice reset, and I'm back and ready to get a lot of stuff done, make a lot of big moves.
You know,
in my
I
life.
just want to say that, like, you know, it's been a pleasure watching your transformation over the last year.
Yeah, it's been wild.
And like, bro, like, just like from a brother to a brother, and just seeing how you've evolved as a human being and as a father, I'm just like, I'm in awe of it all, and it's all part of just this beautiful universe that we're creating together. And I just want to say, like, I love you. And
Thank
like,
you. I love you too.
busting
And
out,
I
bro.
really appreciate that. And it's good to hear that validation from people sometimes, because I know that if I'm going through crazy stuff, but still able to put my face out here and be vulnerable and like share this with people.
Yeah.
Not to be on a high horse, but if it helps anyone, that makes me feel good, because there's a lot of other people that I like follow and listen to in podcasts and this or that, or stories about people who aren't famous even.
Nah.
Are
you
that
try-
their stories help me, and knowing that a lot of people or successful people who have had to go through really lows
Yeah, dog.
in their life,
It's all wisdom, baby.
and a lot of it's perspective.
Yeah, man.
You can make a situation in your life like be so bad for you because that's how you perceive it to be.
100,
you know?
absolutely.
Like one person loses his job and his life's over. The other person loses his job and goes, "Fuck yeah, dude! I go, it's so sweet and play video games."
Well,
It depends
yeah.
on where you are in your life.
You know,
what I mean?
like, I'll let me tell you the story of the Chinese farmer. It's a proverb, and it goes
great.
It goes something like this, which is, one day this Chinese farmer, his 2 horses, they run away, and all the people in the town come by and they're like, "Oh my God, what terrible news! Your horses ran away." And he goes, "Oh, maybe." And then the next day, the horses come back and they brought back 2 more horses. And all the townspeople come by and they go, "Oh my God, what great news! You have more horses." And he goes, "Oh, maybe." And then the next day, the son is out training the horses, and he falls and he breaks his neck. And the townspeople come by and they go, "Oh my God, what terrible news!" And he goes, "Oh, maybe." Then the next day, the army comes by and they say, "We need every able man over the age of 18 to fight the war." And his son can't go because he just broke his neck. So all the townspeople come by and they go, "Oh, what great news!" And the farmer goes, "Maybe." And it's just,
great. I love
everything in life is maybe, guys. Like, for real, like, and that's why
It's maybe as far as like what it could be in the outcome, but it's all yes as far as what you need to bring into your life. It's all yes. It's all yes. It's like you've already told me.
It's all yes, but so we're talking about 2 different aspects of it in a way that, like, when I say it's all maybe, is that, like, there is no finish line.
right.
There is no accomplishment. There is no, oh yeah, every good thing will eventually lead to a bad thing, and every bad thing will eventually lead to a
Right.
good thing. It's just, it's ebbs and flows of life, right? And that's the masculine and feminine energy. That's the wave part. It's all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what's been going on with my life lately. Tell me
Yeah.
so
Oh, man.
what's the big news, man? What's been going on with you lately?
Man, so first of all, I started working as a psychic on the side for a company called My Guru. I'll put all the links in the description box. And
That's awesome. What's so? I mean, I know what it's about, but tell everybody like what it is and everything. It's an app, right?
It's an
a
app.
startup?
It's an app. It's a startup out of the UK, but like, it's 24/7 type of thing, and like you pay by the minute, and I just do tarot reads for people, and to tell you the truth, like I do tarot reads on the side, like not through that company too, and most of the people that I do them for are like people that I know through friends or people that are actually psychics, and because a lot of psychics can't read for themselves.
right.
I don't particularly do very well reading for myself. It's like I'm too close to it. I'm like, does it mean this or that? I don't know. Right. So I end up doing a lot of readings for other psychics, and it's more of a therapy session than anything else.
Yeah.
Because these people are, I only came into knowing about this at the age of 33, but a lot of these people have been having these experiences since they were like, 3 or 4 years old, as long as they can remember. So they're seeing things, they're hearing things, and a lot of the work that I do is really like kind of reminding them on like the quantum level and the higher consciousness level that like anything that is bothering them, if they're seeing things or hearing things, it's all them. They're not crazy, it's real, but it's all them and they can control it. And as long as they come from love, it's all good, basically. You know, I mean, and again, some of these people aren't even like really professional psychics. They're just people that are kind of coming into like realizing that like, you know, there's some other magical things going on.
It's a great world in the great parts, man. We went to that psychic convention.
Yeah.
It was totally cool.
Look, man,
like, dude, like people have like the wrong. Again, it's perspective.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you want to, like,
Dog,
because
look-
I see how he does it and how other people do it, and it's much more spot on with like more energy and like tapping into source, which I've definitely experienced before myself, and I've through a lot of my kung fu meditative practices and like chi and energy and stuff like that, I've experienced things that people are like, yeah, whatever. So and I've experienced somewhat like supernatural magical type of stuff.
Yeah, dog, no matter how you
So-
slice it, like my personal experience is like absolutely like there's certain knowings that I just know.
Yeah.
But like regardless
Dude,
of how you look
intuition's
at it,
huge.
bro.
Intuition's huge.
No, regardless how you look at it, magic has been around since the beginning of time. People have been talking about it, people have been doing it, people have been practicing it, and magic is really just science that we haven't figured out yet, and that's all coming to a head right now because everybody's figuring out the same shit basically,
So
right?
good, dude.
And it's just and again, it's just like once you open up to the understanding that like there are no such thing as things. There's only one thing, and that's you, and that's me, and that's everything. But everything is so connected, and everything is so synchronized. And when you operate at this higher vibration, which is just happiness and optimism, the communication from the fucking quantum realm and from the universe, from God, whatever you want to say, it just comes through so easily.
Speaking of that, you were denying things and cutting off things and opportunities and jobs that were coming your way.
Yeah.
Speak on that.
Yeah. So okay. Okay.
Or do you want me to speak on it?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
why don't you speak
So,
on it?
because I remember, like, you. Okay, so you were looking for work. You were doing music stuff, trying to make money, freelance music stuff like
yeah.
that, in all different ways. The psychic stuff,
Podcasts,
and
yeah.
but you were also in this mode of like, I just need a little bit of time, and something's gonna happen for me. Something good is gonna happen for me. Then you even went on some prominent job interviews and even like got some pretty good jobs
Yeah.
that you turned down. And
Yeah.
your reasoning that you told me is because you were like, it just doesn't align with me. I feel like it's not right, and I feel like it's me repeating old patterns and me going into like a timeline that I just don't want to be on.
Yeah.
Like you literally like saw the different like possibilities of future ahead of you.
Yeah.
Remember that time I got really stoned and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm interdimensional right now.
Yeah,
'Cause I
dog.
swear I could see every different like way of like life
saw
that I could go,
corridors.
and
You
I
saw
the-
corridors. Corridors, yeah.
It literally was like a dimensional portal. It wasn't a hole. It wasn't nothing. It was like invisible force fields.
Yeah.
That all went shattered to like different ways. That if I made anyway, and you
Off of
turned
weed.
you turned these jobs down. That shit don't happen no more. I'm a whole new man now. Back to the old man, new man, came around full circle. You feel me? But
Brace, give me those papers.
you were turning these jobs down. I will.
Okay.
You were turning these jobs down because you were saying that they weren't aligning with you and how you felt and what you wanted to do.
Yeah. So I had over the last year, I've been blessed to have come into some money, so I was able to just kind of focus on my creative side, and then basically,
You were working for a record label.
yeah.
And you were like remixing songs for them and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
and they just had 50-50 share of your music, but they weren't doing anything with it.
Yeah,
It just
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
really like.
Yeah, it wasn't.
they're-
It wasn't.
And they were like electronic music, and you're like mostly hip hop, and you've been also wanting to go back more hip hop lately with stuff too.
Yeah, and look, the way I look at it is like, I am chasing. I'm chasing freedom. I'm not chasing money. I'm not chasing women. I'm not chasing the job. I'm not chasing the house. I'm not chasing dreams. I'm chasing freedom. And it's like, and the fullest definition of freedom to me is when everyone in my atmosphere can share that same breadth and length of freedom. So basically, The job offers I had been getting were commission only jobs, and I have like 20 years experience in sales. So I wasn't surprised that I was getting those type of offers, but specifically, it's like every time I've gotten an offer, I've gotten a little bit more in line with my truest self, like a little bit more, like gaining a little bit more strength, and a little bit more courage every time to be like, nah, this is what I want, Okay. And the last time I got an offer, it potentially could have been an amazing job, but again, I feel my worth has risen above commission only. And I had an energetic change where I knew that. And the last job offer that I got, I said in an email, and I said to him on the phone, I really appreciate the offer, but I cannot respect my own self-worth and take a commission only offer. So I will
and explain your reasoning on that for people out there, about the trust issue of like, if you've got something, like as far as if the company has something that they are willing to pay money for an experienced person to sell it, then they should be willing to put the money up for it, and not just not just a commission, because then you have to rely on that company's machine, and going into it not knowing how that company's machine is can a lot of times not align with how you sell and your expertise.
Man, if I come in and like, if it was like another tool company or something and they were like, oh, it's commission only, and like they offer me like a good commission, like that would be something like different. But again, I wouldn't have taken that because I would have been repeating patterns. But just at the end of the day, I was elevating my self-value, because the truth is that when you get someone like me, not to toot my own horn, but I am the shit. And you're
really good at teaching other people how to be their best self in that position with who they are.
Yeah, dog, and you getting so much more than just like a salesperson or a sales manager with me, dog. Like what you need. I already know how to do it, or I'm gonna figure it out. Like, and it's because I ran my own businesses.
And you really can, though. You really
but no, at the end of the day, so like I turned down a few job offers, and then I had this amazing clarity where I really went into myself, and I was like, all right, Banks, you got to take this into your own hands. Like, I have the means to run my own business and to like really take my own financial like future into my own hands. And I had this like real energetic shift, and just like told myself like, I'm done, I'm doing this.
And then you told me that, and then you told me something is going to happen big for you.
Yeah.
Like real soon. And then literally 2 days later, an ex-colleague of mine who I used to work with messaged me and said, hey, what's your brother's number? So I gave it to her, and she's like, because I got someone he needs to talk to. And it was an owner of a company who was looking for a sales guru, basically, to make his company better. And this guy's successful. He's good at being a salesman himself, but he's someone who gets that I need to find someone and pay them to do a good job to increase what I've got.
Yep.
Sounds simple in concept, but there's so many fucking companies and people running companies that are just not like that.
Yeah, and they're preying on people like us, And that's okay, because look, at the end of the day,
come, I'll pay you $500 a week, and then if you sell a lot, I'll pay you commission.
And look, at the end of the day, a winner is a winner, and like commission only doesn't scare us, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? But again, you're not just getting a salesperson when you're getting me. Like, you're getting my ideas, you're getting my expertise, you're getting my leadership skills, everything. So my point is that basically he was like, so look, I talked to him on the phone, went in, met him. He never asked for my resume or anything. He said, what do you need to start? And I said, I need salary. He gave me an offer, and I took it, and it's, salary plus bonuses and commissions. And I just want to say that
But you took it because you also, he aligned with you, and you felt the energy and the vibe. It seemed right.
And it's like helping people. What they do is like legitimately helping people too. And it's just like really beautiful. And I get to like use my brain, and it's all beautiful. But like, I want to say a few things that happened leading up to that. I'll make it quick. So a couple weeks before that happened, I was meditating, and I'm telling y'all, y'all got to take up meditation. You have to. Whether it's inward or outward.
Meditate before medicate.
Dude, it is so freaking important. Like, I don't care whatever your...
Any kind
doesn't matter.
Of meditation. It doesn't matter what kind it
is. There's no good kind or bad kind.
Yoga,
just
Tai
do
Chi,
it.
Still, inward, any kind. Kundalini, any of that
Look,
stuff.
I'm an air sign, and like, I struggle with inward meditation. It's something I'm working on. But when it goes to outward meditation and like astral projection and like seeing future events and getting like symbolism and stuff. Like I'm flooded with that type of information, dog. And I envy people that can do the inward meditation, like my brother, who's an earth sign. So anyway, I was meditating. I saw a swarm of bees. This was a couple weeks before all these events went down. I saw a swarm of bees, and I'm
In a dream.
no, it was a meditation.
Okay, a meditation.
It's meditation. And, you know, when I meditate, I am dipping into kind of like that dream realm. You got the lighter?
Smoke break.
Let me tell you about...
Hello, boys and girls. To end this podcast, we'd like to leave you with the story of the bees.
All right, so I was meditating, right?
Right.
And I probably smoked a little bit of weed beforehand. And I saw these swarm of bees when I was meditating, right?
Okay.
And then when I was done meditating, I went outside and I noticed a swarm of bees creating a hive at the entrance to my home.
Damn.
That was like 2 weeks before this job shit happened.
Right.
And I told you what? What did I tell you?
You told me that you looked it up and that it's an omen, and what that means is that all your hard work's going to pay off, like the worker bees and like the
That's
honey
right.
that they harvest from it afterward.
Yep. And then literally the night before I got the job offer, I had a strange dream that was like about like me getting away with a crime or something.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it was all about like this mindset change that I had that was like, yo, like I got to take this into my own hands. And just the mindset change allowed like this flow of the universe to come in and offer me something. And then like I think the dream was kind of like a way of me dealing with the like, am I really prepared to like take my life into my own hands and like getting away with something and like trying and there was even a part of my dream where I was like filling up like jugs of water, like it was like you know something to do with like my abundance or like you know my the things I need to survive. You know, I don't know. It was very interesting.
That's what dreams are. Dreams are trippy, dude.
And here's the craziest part: the girl who got me the job is a Life Path 33.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dog. And the girl that interviewed me for the psychic job is also a Life Path 33.
And it was like a connection that you had through me, through this person, and that we always say like we always have this like conduit of like that good things always happen for us. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like be close to your family and friends, like follow your dreams. Just it's all could be a maybe, but that's why it's got to be all yes when it comes to manifesting, man.
Listen. The universe, your exterior reality is all yes. It's all yes. We, as awareness, as awakened awareness individuals, we have the power to say no. And when we say no to things, we basically shed all this shit, and the universe, which is all yes, can just pour more in of what you want. We have to say no to what we don't want because it's all yes. So it's like, no, universe, I don't want this. No, I don't want commission only. No, I don't want this. I want that. Oh, okay. You want this? Yeah, I want that. Okay, more of that.
Right.
That's all it is. And so if you have a negative mindset,
Not my
it's
life-
going to give you more of
Right,
that.
not like, oh, I wish I didn't have this. I wish my life wasn't so terrible. I wish I wasn't so depressed. I wish people would treat me better. I wish I could get more opportunities.
can't do
That's different than, no, I don't want this. Yes, I want this. Give me more of this. Let me get rid of all these no's that are not conducive to me, and let me open up to more yes, baby.
Yeah, and for real, it's like in your mantras and your affirmations, like you have to speak it into existence, people. We have to. And not only that, but then when the opportunities arise where the universe tests you, they're not tests. It's all yes. It's just you. What do you want? That's what I'm saying. Like, we're all so powerful, and literally we can all get whatever we want. But we have to be in this mode of gratitude to be able to receive. Everybody thinks, I'm ready. No, you ain't ready. You got to be grateful for what you have to be ready to fucking receive more.
That's right. Hell yeah. That's what's up.
So follow your bliss, yo. Follow your bliss. You feel me? Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. That's it.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it ain't going to be, you're going to look back and it ain't going to be worth it if you're not doing stuff that makes you happy, man. Take it from me, dude. I already look back on stuff and I'm like, man, I wasted all that time being upset about things instead of just being more of a receiver of the good and latching onto that and embracing it and being thankful for it.
Know that you're worthy. Tell the universe that you're ready. Say, universe, I'm ready. Show me how amazing this can be. And if you're not ready, ask the universe to show you what you need to see to become ready. It's very simple, yo. You speak it. The last thing I want to say is that I had someone ask me recently how to be like mindful of their thoughts.
Okay.
Right? Because it's and when you go through this kind of like, you know, these dimensions of the 50 consciousness, basically first thing we could become aware of is our actions, and we become mindful of our actions. We might say things, but we won't actually do them. You know what I mean? So first thing we become aware of is our actions. Then we become aware of what we say. We get better and we get more mature and we learn more and we say, no, I don't want to. I want to be careful for how I speak and what I say to people. Then the next dimension is being mindful and aware of your thoughts. You can't skip the steps. You know, and just the fact, if you want to be mindful of your thoughts and you're even asking the question, then you're already on the elevation path.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So listen. Open yourself up to receive and realize that every person in your life is a ladder to a timeline.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. And ride the one you want, man.
Ride the one that you want, and the universe loves you, and you're perfect.
That's right, baby.
You're perfect. Congratulations, yo. You're just keeping your body together. That's amazing. You're perfect, yo.
Brooks and Banks Show.
The show where everything matters.
And nothing matters. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Peace.